Are you planning your first international trip and don't know how to get your passport? Fear not, we've got you covered. A passport is your golden ticket to exploring the world beyond your borders. It's more than just an ID. It's proof of your nationality and a must-have for any globetrotter. Whether you're dreaming of Parisian streets, Japanese cherry blossoms, or African safaris, your journey starts with this little book. By the end of this video, you'll be well on your way to becoming a global traveler. First things first, what exactly is a passport? Well, a passport is a small, often blue booklet that serves as your ticket to the world. It is a globally recognized form of identification that proves who you are and where you're from. Crucially, it grants you the right to travel internationally and is required to enter and exit most countries. There are 3 types of passports: regular, official, and diplomatic. The regular passport, typically blue for US citizens, is what most of us will be applying for. It's used for vacationing, studying abroad, or any personal travel. Official passports, meanwhile, are for government employees traveling on official business, and diplomatic passports are reserved for diplomats and their families. So why do you need a passport? Simply put, without one, your travel aspirations are limited to domestic destinations. It's your key to exploring the globe, experiencing new cultures, and making unforgettable memories. Now that you understand the importance of a passport, let's dive into the steps to get one. Before you can jet off to your dream destination, you need to apply for your passport. First, gather the necessary documents. You'll need proof of US citizenship, such as a certified birth certificate, a naturalization certificate if applicable, or a previous US passport. You'll also need a valid identification document like a driver's license or a military ID. Remember, photocopies of both sides of each document are required. Next, it's time to fill out the application form, officially known as Form DS-11. This can be found online or at your local passport agency. Be sure to use black ink and avoid any errors, as they could delay your application. Now, let's talk about your passport photo. It needs to meet specific requirements. It should be a color photo taken within the last 6 months with a white or off-white background. You should be facing forward with a neutral expression or a natural smile. No glasses, hats, or other accessories that could obscure your face. Easy, right? There are many places where you can get a photo that meets these requirements, including pharmacies, photo studios, and even some post offices. Once your form is filled out and your photo is ready, it's time to submit the application. You can do this at a passport agency or authorized passport application acceptance facility. Remember, first-time applicants must apply in person. Finally, you'll need to pay the application fee. Fees can vary, so check the current rates on the US Department of State's website. Payment methods accepted are checks, money orders, and in some locations, credit or debit cards. And there you have it. The process might seem a bit daunting at first, but with a little organization and attention to detail, you'll have it completed in no time. With your application submitted, you're one step closer to your international adventure. So, you've submitted your application. What happens next? Well, your application begins its journey through the processing stages. It's a bit like a conveyor belt, moving your application from one station to the next. First, it's checked for completeness. If everything is in order, it moves forward. If not, it may be returned to you for corrections. Once all the checks are done, it's time for printing and binding your passport. Now you might be wondering about the waiting time. Typically, it takes around 6 to 8 weeks from the time of submission. If you opted for expedited service, it's about 2 to 3 weeks. But what if your passport doesn't arrive within the expected timeframe? Don't panic. Get in touch with the passport agency or check the status online. They'll help you track the progress of your application and find out what's causing the delay. With patience and a little bit of preparation, you'll have your passport in no time. Let's quickly recap the steps to get your passport. First, gather the necessary documents, like your birth certificate. Then fill out the application form. Don't forget to get a suitable passport photo taken. Next, submit your application and pay the fee. Remember, starting this process well in advance of your travel date is key to a stress-free journey. With your passport in hand, the world is yours to explore. Now you're ready to embark on your first international journey. Safe travels!